Hey guys, I've been off here. Ooh, let me take my gum out. I've been off here for like 3 weeks, almost a month. This is the longest hiatus I've ever taken from posting a video on my channel. And, I don't apologize for it because we all of us just came and we're still kind of coming through the birth canal right now of that transition going in, into a different aspect of our life. So if you're watching my channel, it's probably into this new earth. It's into this 5D, and it has been crazy. It has been so crazy for me. It was a huge release. I'm not gonna lie, in the darkest of the times during this eclipse and new moon and the solstice, there was a day where I released so much energy that wasn't serving me that I was literally in the tub for 2 hours just like crying and releasing. And I was like, while I was in there and going through this, it was a dark night. It wasn't my worst dark night, but I would say it's the second worst dark night of the soul I've had since I began my ascension journey. And while I was in there, it was like different than my other one that was really bad. And that one, the only reason it was worse, it was when I was in separation with my twin flame. That was probably the worst dark night of the soul. But this one that we just went through, this birth canal we went through, was probably the second worst. But it wasn't bad because I was so conscious of what was happening. And that made it so I was able to really support myself the way I need to be supported. And it was just like spirit was just guiding me through it and supporting me. And when I was like crying and going through it, it was like I was making these affirmations that I am releasing everything that doesn't serve me. I can't bring negative energy or old baggage into this new earth, into this new life that I've created for myself that's already there for me. And right now, all the stars line up, the astrology lines up, that this is the time. This is the big, exciting time. And as scary as it is, it's also just as much exciting, especially if you are awake and you're ready to make that huge transition and you're not resisting, And I think that's the thing, like we want to think like, oh, if I feel and I cry and I release, it makes me feel like I'm going to attract something negative to me because I'm experiencing negative feelings, but that's like not it. And that's the whole alchemization of it all, if that's even a word, but alchemizing that those feelings into love and understanding that you can melt away all that negative energy, out of your field in order to bring and create space for new, amazing, high vibrational, fifth dimensional energies that are wanting to come in right now and basically are forcing themselves in right now. People don't have much of a choice but to face their own stuff. And if they don't want to face it, those cycles are going to come back way faster and way harder than they used to, because it's just the energies. If you can't keep up with the Earth's vibration as it raises and as it has already shifted into 5D, then you're going to be dragged or you're going to be miserable. And so just it's about having the faith. And there's one thing that really, really came up, and that was the fear of the unknown. And what Spirit showed me was there's kind of like two camps, okay? There's people who are more awake and they're less resistance. They have that faith. They don't have as much fear in what's going on in the world right now with like COVID and just all the uprising, the Black Lives Matter and the pedophilia and everything coming out, and just like realizing all of these things are happening and being a little bit like, okay, what is going to happen with the economy? What's going to happen? Like all these fears, these 3D fears that a lot of people hold. Okay, they're like, their fear of the unknown is what's going to happen in the world. But people who are more awake, their fear of the unknown is what's going to happen next in my life. And Spirit's really challenging you and challenging me, totally challenging me, as in you have to take it day by day. You have to take it moment by moment, because we're not going to tell you what's going to happen next. we're not going to let you make a plan, because if you make a plan, it's not going to unfold the way you think it's going to unfold. And that's just, there's an aspect and there's a perspective of how making a plan is having a lack of faith. And it's weird. You can have this general idea of how you want to organize things, but you really don't want to make commitments. Commitments are like contracts. And I'm not saying don't be in a committed relationship or anything like that, but I'm saying when it comes to your day-to-day life, the more commitments you make, the more responsibilities you have, the less free you are. And it's something that you learn once you start ascending, like really truly ascending at a more rapid pace, is that you have to be so malleable and have so much faith. Because there's a lot of security in knowing what's going to happen next, but there's no faith in that. And you know, we're kind of taught that we need like these external 3D things to validate us and to feel secure. And Spirit's telling us that you don't need anything but yourself to navigate through this life. And if your faith is on point, you will be provided for tenfold. And don't be afraid to make big, scary decisions. Like, I've made so many big, scary decisions in the past month. It's insane. It's like I haven't even had a chance to, like, sit down for a second to make a video. I was on my way home, and I was like, you know what? Go make one so you can kind of let people know what the energies are like for you right now and what Spirit's telling you is going on with the collective, and give everybody an update. Because I love you guys, and I do want to, like, share what comes through me with you. And I want you to know that just because somebody's online and has a spiritual channel and is saying all these things and acting like, you know, oh, I've raised my vibration and life is just amazing, we're all going through it. I don't care how evolved you are, everybody's going through that birth canal right now. And if you notice, nobody's really able to pinpoint what's going to happen next. Why? Because we're not allowed to know. We don't need to know. How are we? There's no point in knowing, because as soon as you try to plan something, you cut off so many different possibilities that could happen because you're so aligned with just one perspective. Planning is kind of like being closed-minded. But at the same time, once you have like what you want to do in mind and it's close to that time, like maybe you want to go somewhere, I don't know, like camping or something, don't plan a week in advance, plan it a couple days in advance. And in the meantime, think of a bunch of other things that you could possibly do too. And see what just aligns for you. Because it's so crazy. So what happened, I'll give you guys a little example of what's happening to me in terms of like fear of the unknown stuff. So I had to sell my house here in Virginia. My dad got diagnosed with cancer, so I wanted to move back home. I wanted to move back home anyways, but everything time-wise aligned perfectly that, you know what? Never a better time to go back home and be with my family. So selling this house, there were a lot of wrinkles during that, but all these planets are in retrograde, so I didn't expect the house sale to go super smoothly. But close on that this weekend. I had a house lined up in Pennsylvania that I was going to move into. They did the inspection last week. Shitty foundation. I had to pull out of the wholesale, and now I have nowhere to live. But today, or a couple days ago, I was like, well, maybe I'll get a camper and we'll just camp until we find a house. So go to get this camper. It was a great deal. I pull in, and I guess the woman was all confused. She got it all mixed up, and there was a guy who came 5 minutes before me and bought it. Not to mention, I was like, really? This is a weird synchronicity that happened. So they live on some like random like cul-de-sac street, right? She gave me the address, and the numbers in the address were 2222. And I was like, this gotta be it. It's angel numbers. This gotta be it, right? So pull up, and then that happened. And I was like, what the heck? I was really crushed. So I cried, whatever. I had to release. It's for me, when I get disappointed, I bounce back really fast. So I'll be down for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, let's figure out what's going to happen next, because we got to figure out a place to live, right? So you guys see all the screen flashes. I love it. Thank you for validating us, Spirit. But so 2222, and then I looked it up online, and it was talking about, oh, what was it? It was like perseverance and pushing forward and having the faith. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you for being there for me to let me know I do still need a camper. that I'm supported, but this just isn't the one. Keep looking. I found one today. I bought a camper today. I pull in the front of these people's house. It says psychic readings and tarot readings. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? That's who's selling this camper to me? And apparently that's the woman, his wife, and he sells campers and buys them from dealerships and stuff. And he said there were 3 people who began the sale. He said he had tons of people who wanted this camper. 3 people began the sale. He even had a deposit from one, and they all had to back out for one reason or the other. He's like, I truly believe this camper was for you. This camper was saved for you. And it was just such a blessing. It was like exactly the right size, enough beds for all my kids, and it was just in amazing shape, brand new tire. It was just amazing. And I was just like so grateful. But now I can't get to the DMV to register it. But we're going to figure that out. So it's been insane. And now I have to pack my whole house up into a truck and put it into storage. But my point is, the spirit, I still don't know what house I'm going to buy or where I'm going to live, other than I'm going to be in a camper for a little bit with my kids. But my point is that I don't know what's going to happen next, but I still feel good about life and that everything is going to unfold the way that it needs to for me. And I'm telling you what, it's scary as hell moving to a different state and selling houses and trying to buy a house and trying to make sure all your finances are in order and taking care of 4 kids all at the same time. I don't have enough time to be fearful about what's happening in the world right now, because it's just crazy. It's crazy. Everything going on right now is crazy. I don't know how crazy it is for you guys, but for me it's been crazy, and that's why I haven't been on. But I probably will be more starting like next week, because then I'll be chilling and camping. So guys, it's insane. Was there anything? Oh, I just wanted to mention there were some different things that came up when I was purging that they were things that I've already pretty much dealt with, but they were coming up for me, and Spirit was telling me it was I was transmuting a lot of things for the collective during when everything went down this past weekend. And it was like a lot of abandonment issues. It was weird. Like, so I was having a really emotional couple days, and I felt like I've never been worried in my relationship with Lance, my twin flame, about him like cheating on me or wanting somebody else. I've never felt that. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel like he was going to cheat on me, but I felt very insecure in that kind of way. Like I would want to check his phone or something. I'm totally not even that type of person that ever checks somebody's phone, like, at all. And I'm just not that person at all. And I was like, what? And I was like, Spirit, like, what is this? This is weird. I even told Lance, I was like, why do I feel like these feelings? Like, I'll tell him when I'm feeling stuff that doesn't feel like it's mine and all that. But anyways, and Spirit came through and said that there's a lot of abandonment issues from the collective that's coming up right now. A lot of fear of the unknown and abandonment issues. And you know what? It's because when you fear what's going to happen in the future, you feel so alone in those moments. You feel like, okay, what's going to happen? I'm all alone, like in the corner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's those moments where you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. But when you have faith and you raise your vibration, you're going through this journey, I promise you don't have to worry about it. You really don't. Because you're not going to go without anything that you need. Like, you are so divinely protected and guided. It's insane. It is insane. And it's so funny, like, whenever I feel that way, I'll literally either think in my mind or start speaking out loud to my guides. Be like, show me you support me right now. Feel like, surround me in a bubble of white light and love. Like, I need to feel that right now. Like, I will straight request them to give me those signs. And I'm clairsentient and claircognizant. And so, like, and I'm also like a super sensitive empath. So usually when they give me something, they'll just like flood my body with goosebumps, or they'll like give me something that I can feel in my body to help me support. Or usually, a lot of times, my eyes will well up with tears immediately. I've been really sensitive lately. Like, if I'm thankful for something, I want it's like my eyes will start watering up. I'll be that thankful and that emotional for it. I don't know if you guys follow Lori Ladd. I love her videos, but she just recently posted a video about how we're coming into our bodies and we're gonna feel more. And oh my gosh, she was so on point with that video. Go watch it. I resonate with everything she said, because that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. I'm just so sensitive. And I also have so much energy running through me. You can tell by the way I talk. It's like I can't get it out fast enough. And I feel like that about everything in the past couple weeks even. And so, like, I just want to share what I'm experiencing so you guys feel less alone, and maybe you can feel like, you know, shit, good, I'm not the only one going through this, you know, because it's hard to feel supported sometimes when people don't get you, you know. Definitely you just went through a timeline jump. This is what we're going through, the big timeline jump. It's like, here's the jump, and we're like up here in the middle. We haven't quite got over to New Earth. That birth canal we're in right now is a bitch. I'm just gonna be honest. It's a special, it's like everything is going down right now. A million things for me. Like, it's just, that's how it was always gonna be, because this is a part of my life that was already almost like known, is how it feels. Like, I had to wait to go through all this right now, because this is exactly the way it needs to be. The stars need to be aligned for me to go through what I'm going through, if that makes any sense to you. But all right guys, I gotta get back to packing my house. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm here for you. If you want to I do post on Instagram, so if you can, like usually every day. So if you want to connect with me, that's the best place to connect with me. Just look up Kelsey Franks. I'm still not doing my services right now. They're on my website, kelseyfranks.com, but I will be. Just give me a month. Give me a month. Everything's got to settle down. I love you guys. Keep the faith. Faith is everything right now. Just surrender. All is well. Take care of yourself. Be easy on yourself. Have a blessed July, because I don't know when I'll be back. But love you guys.